Välkomna till programmet Tro och under som produceras av Mediemission International. Jag heter Kenneth Grönros och jag har under många år varit involverad i mission som använder media som redskap. Ikväll har jag med mig i studion Hani Hanei som ansvarar för vårt arabiska arbete, arbetet i muslimvärlden, i Nordafrika och Mellanöstern. Välkommen.
Tack.
Jag har också med mig Ari Talja som ansvarar för vårt arbete i Åbo som just pågår. Det pågår en storstadskampanj där i hela regionen. Och vi ska prata lite om det senare i programmet. Men allra först ska vi börja med Irak. Därför att Irak är landet där det sker väldigt många saker som ger mycket tråkiga rubriker runt om i världen. Men det är inte bara bomber som exploderar i det landet och det ska vi prata om lite senare också här i programmet. Men innan vi gör det så ska vi ta in några korta bilder ifrån en storstadskampanj som hålls i norra Irak. Honey, Iraq is the land where the Garden of Eden used to be situated.
Yes.
But what happens there now? What have you seen there? Please tell us.
If you mention about it was like Eden, it was a paradise, and it was like stolen. But for a long time, as we see also Islam, how conquered the region. But what as a Christians we can do for that? When it comes the first call to go and conduct the mega city campaign in Iraq, for us we assume that it is impossible. But last February, and just like few weeks ago, God has revealed Himself. And it reminded me like God wanted to restore the human being again. The country, it is like daily you can hear a violence, you can see the blood shitting in the streets, you can see people screaming, asking for hope for the life. And we see it is the right moment to go and reach those lost people. Last February it was just a miracle to see everywhere in North Iraq, like billboards. People are telling that I experience the power to forgive. Of course, before we have used the termination of power to change, but due to the situation there in Iraq, people are so broken, people have this kind of bitterness, hatred, and we see, we prayed, God give to us the good termination to reach the lost people. So it is power to forgive.
This is the motto of that conference,
yes.
of that campaign.
Yes.
Power to forgive.
Yes, because we all need the power to forgive. And we see, daily, people, they really crying after, God. But they don't find where is He. When you lose your own people, you are belonging one. Many stories, it is a tragedy stories we hear daily, how people they've been killed there.
Yeah.
So 30 days when you see North Iraq, Erbil city, with billboards, with, like everywhere flyers and the theme there, they are power to forgive. So people, they pay attention. As the first, when the billboards were up, people just start to call the call center and who are you? Do you know why you are here? And of course, it is based on testimonies. It is like personal testimonies, how people's experience the power to forgive. You see, it touched every single and every individual people in Iraq. We were not just receiving call from North Iraq, from all over, you know, from Baghdad, from Sulmaniya, from Basra, and so on.
Can you give us some numbers of calls and internet connections and so on?
Sure. It is like, if we account like 1,000, every day we receive like 100 calls. Of course, there are some unsuccessful calls when the line is busy. Of course, we had, you know, like 2 lines for Kurdish people and for Arabs, because this campaign, it was just conducted for 2 languages, Kurdish and Arabic language. And we see, you know, the churches, they were not expecting such responses. And we, as I said before, we assume that it is impossible to conduct such a campaign in an Islamic country like Iraq.
Yeah, that's a miracle.
Yes. And also, you know, when you receive the call from God and you are obedient to that, so go ahead. Because this is the most important things. Not just the people, they are like pay attention for the concept of the campaign, because you are going to such a region, it is very risky. You know, you can pay a high price.
Yeah.
Not only you, also all the local churches. So we are going to build the church, because many Christians, they flee out from the country because of the war, and you know, especially in North Iraq. So, and that's why, you know, the concept of the campaign, Power to Forgive, it restores also the unity for the leaders. And we have to remind ourselves and all the people that we are not going just to make the mission. We also, you know, have the heart of God to build His kingdom, to build, you know, His church on the earth.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Also, internet was a very remarkable response.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about these internet pages?
Actually, we're surprised about the Facebook, the social media.
Social media.
Yeah, so Facebook, you know, through Facebook, we have 29 million people. They were pay attention whatever you are posting to your wall, because we have a page, musamaha.com, and also Musamaha in the Facebook. So people, you know, when you post any daily post, so like thousands of people, they just watch it and make comments and so on. So we're surprised about social media there. It have a big influence on the people. And also the call center was not just receiving calls, because very, very intensive problems. People, they want to commit suicide. People, they want to, you know, to revenge, and so on. So you have to deal, and our culture, you cannot make a short dialogue. You have to really make a long dialogue.
Yeah.
Some cases, you have to really to stop the calls, and they said, I am coming over there to save your life, because people, they said, even we are calling you here, but we decide to kill ourselves. So
also the authorities and the government gave their yes to this arrangement.
Yeah, it was really a surprise.
This reaction, can you tell a little about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we were asking for the permission to have the campaign, because the campaign, it will really have a loud voice, you know, and it reach every single, you know, part in the region. So you cannot hide yourself. So we have to come, you know, like ask official permission from the president, from the government.
Yeah.
So we got the permission. But when the campaign launched, you know, so everyone heard about. So the government has a positive, you know, reaction for it, and they said, we wanted to help you because you come to heal our society from the revenge, from the hatred, from the you know, bitterness. And we have also, you know, like in some inserts, some, you know, like speech from the government, how they support the campaign and, you know, the concept of the campaign. So we surprised as, you know, like churches there. So how we can, you know, see people's need. You know, sometimes fear can paralyze churches not to go outside. So the campaign, it is just a call for the church, please come out from this war and, you know, and go out and reach those lost people. People, they are not now waiting, you are like practicing your Christians inside. We surprised that the responses from people that are calling to the call center, Muslims, 90% of the calls from Muslim background. And this we were really, surprised. And from different professionals like teachers, engineers, doctors, even from parliaments, they called, and from wherever, professors and so on. So we surprised how the campaign reaches different levels of people there.
Yeah, and you can understand this means a lot to these small churches.
Absolutely.
And so many, as you said,
yes.
Of these Christians has fled
yes.
to the Western world.
Sure.
So this will really help these small churches to be visible.
Yeah, and it was really a historical, campaign, because it has been never happened before in Islamic countries, and also the people, all the volunteers, they were really waiting day by day, what will be next, because they surprised that, wow, it is like receiving calls from different levels, from women, from men, from young people. Even from children, they were so pay attention, because we have, of course, daily, like in TV and radio, and also, billboards, as I said. So what we wanted to say, because the first time to make it, so it needs a lot really to be ready for any, events can happen.
Yeah, and we can now see that God protected all.
Yes.
There was no attacks on this.
Never.
Campaign.
Yes, yeah. This also, it was our surprise. All the responses was a positive.
Yeah, so we have really to thank God for protection.
Yes.
And the campaign was ended up in a very special way with this. Can you tell me about the final, the last days of the campaign?
Yes.
And the TV visibility.
We had 3 days a concert. We call it a concert because calling people to concert in Arabic region, it is very acceptable.
Yes.
And also for Kurdish as well. So we had like 3 days, and it was live in SAS7. SAS7, we are also partner with SAS7, reaching all the world. I mean, Australia, Europe, North Africa, Middle East, North America. So we were watched by at least 20 million people every night.
20 million
2
people.
hours it was alive. And the first night it was Josh McDowell, so he's American. He told his experience, how he came to Christ. But it was a very tragedy way, because he was abused from a homosexual man when he was 8 years old boy. And he told that to all the audience, and it was really a shock in the hall there, because our culture to tell your like sexual things, it is not easy. But he told openly how he was abused, but God gave to him power to forgive to such a man who abused him. And you see tears from people, and the people are, I mean, most of the attenders, they were Muslims. You see people, they cry. And of course we will see the insert, showing people how they were crying.
Right.
And also
you were there yourself at this concert.
Yes, and also from the president families, they were there, and from the governments, and you see, wow, what is happening in this region?
Yeah.
Like God say, lift up your heads, Christian. I have a plan for those people. I have a plan for Muslims, and I want to change those people. God loves people more than us. So if we are just to think and to pray, God sent to me there, okay, if it is there, risky. So please be obedient to God, in spite what the region is, like under violence or war, but God wants to reach people. And I think this is the heart of God. If we carry it, we see like we can, it's ourselves cry for people, not just to pray and in calm way and so on. The time is short. We need to work hard daily. And we see, like when people came after the concert, people, they told us really very intensive stories.
Yeah.
Like a lady, she's a doctor. She's like over 50 years old. when she heard this power to forgive message, she said she was abused from her own father when she was young. And she said, I never forgive him, even he died. So how I can now got the power? So, you know, at the end, she gave her life to God.
Yeah.
So this, what, you know, if one person, you see the changes happening in his life, I see also millions of people, they can follow the same track.
Wonderful to hear, because this was a historical,
Yes.
it's like a miracle
Yes.
to have a mega city campaign in a Muslim country in the Middle East.
Yes.
Det är ju helt fantastiskt att kunna få ordna en storstadskampanj i norra Irak, i ett muslimskt land. Det är ett mirakel. Det är fantastiskt att höra om under i människors liv i den här regionen som är så drabbad av krig och nöd och fruktan och hat. Vi ska nu se några bilder från konserten i Erbil. Det är väldigt gripande bilder du kommer att se nu.
ازاي اقدر اغفر؟
شلون بتوانم ببورم؟
هقول بعض الامور الهامه.
هندي تشتي جرينتان بيعلم.
اقدر اغفر
اتوانم ببورم
لو طلبت قوه من الله.
اقر داوي هيز لخدام كرت.
لو من قلبي جيت قدامه. من قلبي جيت قدام الله.
لا ناخي خمو ببنام بلا.
واقول له يا الله
بين بليم خوايا.
اديني قوه غفران.
علي وعلينا احنا ولادك عدعينا. علي وعلي وعلينا احنا ولادك عدعينا. يا ربنا نتمنى رضاك يسوعنا الغالي محلاك. علي وعلي وعلينا كلمك يا فدينا اتكسبت وجيت لينا. نورك نور أراضينا يا عجيب. وهنفضل نغني لك وهنعيد بمجيئك. نرفع راية إنجيلك يا عجيب. يا عجيب يا مشير يا إله يا قدير.
We are now having a megacity campaign in the Turku region. This is the second biggest area when you think about the population here in Finland. And Ari, you have been very much involved there just for 1 year, and now we are just going in this, and you come from there yesterday. What is happening in Turku at this time?
Yeah, actually the campaign started in the beginning of March, and it has been a wonderful miracle of God how 60 different churches from all denominations are coming together and doing this campaign first time in Turku region. It's 60 or 70 kilometers surrounded by Turku region. About 350,000 people are living in the region, and I'm hearing very good stories how people are coming to Christ, and churches are very excited from their outreach efforts. So this campaign has the best transformation stories. I have collected a couple of posters with me. Okay, we have many wonderful stories in the campaign. For instance, there is a former prisoner who is now relieved from his prison sentence. He's telling his story. There is a wonderful young lady who was suffering from racism in the school. He was mocked by the other people, and he's telling how love healed her. Also, there is a very famous singer in Turku region. She's sharing her story that future is not anymore fearing her. And there is a person who gave himself to Satan, and he's sharing the story how Jesus delivered him from that area. And in addition to that, we have very famous people like fashion team leader Mario Sierus, who is leading a fashion team. There is very famous surgeon named Sakari Orava, who was making the surgery for David Beckham's knee, for instance. He's very famous in Turku region. So many popular people are giving their stories for all the medias. And if you go to Turku at this day, you would see all these outdoor media in the bus backs and everywhere. And we have newspapers, we have TV, we have radio, social media, internet. Everything is filled with the message that God gives you power to change.
It's quite remarkable, Ari, that I think all this visibility of these testimonies about changed life, that will also start a discussion in the secular media. It has been a remarkable visibility in the secular media in Finland these last weeks.
Definitely, because the president of Finland gave his guardianship for the campaign. He said that he would like to work for this kind of people who have experienced alienation to the society, and now how they have been restored back to the society. It's an important message from our president in Finland, and because of that statement he gave, of course, the secular media, our main newspapers like Ilta-Sanomat, Helsingin Sanomat, all the also Yle, YLE, which is our number one channel in Finland, have been very much interested about the campaign, and mainly because of other issues than the stories. But because of this media publicity, we have received a lot of new people coming to our websites, and we have over 55,000 people, unique visitors in our websites, and the total contacts are about 77,000 at the moment. And we printed 10,000 campaign books, which is actually the focus in the campaign. This is the best transformation stories. Have been 15 different stories. They are telling about how people have experienced the power to change, and we published 10,000 pieces of this book, and now it has been distributed like almost 3,000 through the media, but churches have distributed other 6,000, and we are now running out of the books because of the church activity, and now we are about to reprint another edition because of this huge demand for the books.
Yeah, I visited some days ago the office in the very center of Turku, and I could see the inspiration among these Christians from different churches, and it's really activated the churches. The free churches, of course, the evangelical churches, but also the Lutheran churches. We have one church called St. Michael, where there is a lot of activities these days. Can you tell about their meetings in Sunday evenings?
Yeah, I've heard very good reports because actually this Lutheran vicar named Jouni Lehikoinen,
yes,
he is the chairman of our campaign. And he was sharing yesterday about 15 minutes how his church is fully packed, 600, 700 people in church, and they are receiving Christ, they are coming to altar. He's been accused of Pentecostalism because, of course, his way of outreaching is pretty much the similar. He is more evangelical than many other vicars in Finland. He has been very bold in his response, and he is even arranging special cruise to Stockholm, collecting people from the Turku area, the celebrities, and sharing about this message to the people in the cruise ship from Turku to Stockholm. So it's a wonderful man who has done so many efforts to maximize the campaign message. Not only because he is a chairman of the campaign, but also his own church. They are active in prayer, they are active in outreaching, and they are inspiring other Lutheran churches in the regions, because out of 10 Lutheran churches in Turku region, 6 are involved in the campaign. And altogether, from the 60 arranging churches, I think that it's 13 or 14 arranging churches are Lutheran background. So it's a very strong emphasis from the Lutheran churches. And they have realized that we need to outreach the people, because people are leaving the church nowadays so rapidly. And that as a response to this development, they want to change it and bring back the main message Jesus Christ wants to transform the lives of the people.
It's really wonderful to hear that strong, to use media to give us a strong visible really can change the atmosphere and challenge people to really discuss these questions. And this is something that really changed a lot of lives and also the climate in the whole region. So that's so great to see the church is also joining hands and the happiness among the members to work together.
And I have heard also that there are many suicidal people who have decided to live again, and they have received their willingness to live because of the campaign. There are so powerful stories about how God can give you the future and hope. There are fashion world is very rude world, and yesterday I heard from Mario Sierus how actually there are people, young models, who have lost their willingness to live.
And
but they have regained it through the campaign.
The time is running out, my friends. Honey, what's coming next now in the Middle East? What is on your agenda?
Yes, you know, very interesting that we have received also, you know, like invitation to go to Baghdad. But we need to pray a lot, because it is not easy.
It's not just to buy the ticket.
No. You cannot cast yourself to the fire and ask God protect us. So you have to wait and pray, and you know. But we have our desire in our heart to reach all this region. But our next city, it is Beirut, Lebanon. So, and of course, there are long list, but our next city is Beirut. We have to collect also all our power again, and you know, go and invite all local churches to come together, because this is the key of the campaign, to call local people to come along and to catch the vision and to go ahead, because follow-up, it is the most important thing after the campaign taking over. So. Because we are focused on follow-up much more, because we are, as a media, you know, we are leaving after 30 days the city, but the local churches, they have to continue the follow-up, because thousands of people, when they are calling and, you know, collecting the names, this database, it is a treasure for the churches, how they can take care of the people. And it is not just ending by 30 days. It is really, it takes long time, term of the plan, how they can discipleship the people, how they can really reach those people they have called the call center. So the list is long, but we need God's protection. We need also all people to pray for us, to support this ministry. It is the need, and we are not begging people to support if they give any donation, because it is God's ministry. And we just are tools to reach the people for His kingdom.
Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vi ska sluta programmet här idag. Jag vill gärna säga någonting om vår tidning som du ser nu i bild. Du kan få den gratis, du kan följa med vårt arbete. Som du förstår så behöver vi också tillgångar för att kunna göra de här kampanjerna. Mediemission International i Sverige har på ett speciellt sätt stött arbetet i Erbil, och vi är otroligt tacksamma för resultatet av det. Och går vi vidare till andra städer, andra områden i Mellanöstern, så kommer också vi starkt att vara involverade härifrån Mediemission International i Sverige. Men kom gärna med i vårt missionsteam, stå tillsammans med oss, och tack ska ni ha för att ni lyssnar till oss här ikväll. Tack ska ni ha, och Gud välsigne er alla.